areas, and knowing that this has been quite a long time for some of us. And I want to say thank you so much for making it and sparing time for this meeting. Here at Magarini Children's Center, I must say right now we are happy and blessed because just recently we have had some rains, and these rains were so gentle and so good, and all the dusty and hot is not there now. And with these rains, we have been planting corn, and beside the corn we have been planting, we had already some plant like vegetables like okra, tomato, and mchicha that we had planted in the farm using the drip irrigation. So now we have the rains, and these rains are very good. So we are planting corn in terms of getting food for the children in the next harvest. So that is the latest news that we have heard, and what is now occupying our minds and bodies in terms of working in the farm. But as you can see right now, I'm at the center, and to show you something is that now you can see me clearly, and I can just stretch my hand here, and you cannot see me because I have put the light off. Now you can see me, the light is dark.
Super.
Magic.
Yes.
So that speaks by itself, because this has not been as it is for many years, or since we started this center. We have been operating without electricity, but most recently with the grant that we got from the US Embassy in Nairobi, that took almost 2 years working on it and following it up until this year, in March, that they said they are ready to give. So they sent the solar gen people. They came here and they installed they brought all the solar panels, and we on our part we were to do the in-house wiring. So we did the in-house wiring for the whole center, and then they brought us the solar panels. They brought very big solar panels, and they are just on top of this classroom building, and they are 8 in number. And we had also to build a small power room. So we built the small power room behind this class, which has the solar panel on top. So now with that we have electricity day, we have the sun, but now once it is night, we have the electricity that we get from the solar. So that is one thing that we are very, very much proud of, and also we are very much happy about it, because it not only brought light during the darkness, but it also enlightened our hearts too, and open for the love that was being made for us.
Wow.
And we so grateful for that.
Awesome. Great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
And
beautiful.
how do you get the internet? How did the internet get to the center?
Couldn't understand you, Sage.
Sage, try repeating.
Okay. You have electricity. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's
I'll talk slowly. You have electricity, but how did you get internet for the computers?
For now, I have used my phone to create a hotspot for the laptop that Jessica is using. So we have Safaricom, which is also a provider for mobile network. So we buy internet bundles from them, and then they change that into internet time. So we have like 4 or 5 hours of internet. When our money is done, then we have to refill again. So right now we have internet at the center using this hotspot means with my phone. And also we have a small gadget, a small device that is also meant to provide wireless internet at the center. So it is also we same thing process. We buy bundles and then we refill it. So right now it is charging. So that's why we are using this. So we have internet using this hotspot.
Great.
Yeah, now we also very grateful because like you all know, or some of us know that we had the poultry chicken project at the center, and this chicken project started almost a year before by building the house, and then we brought in November last year, on 5th of November last year, we brought the one-day chick at the center. We brought 500 of them. So when we brought them, the mortality rate was high with these the chemicals that we're seeing. So we said we don't need to use the chemicals. We started using the organic means of poultry, and the mortality stopped. So we are now having almost like 400 birds, and these 400 birds are now having eggs. They give us not at 100% laying, but we have almost 240 eggs a day.
Wow, that's great.
Yay.
Wow.
Hey, Emmanuel,
Yes.
Bill here. I think it would be an awesome exercise to capture the transition, buying the chicks, 500, seeing the mortality rate based upon the food you were suggested as giving them, and then moving from that chemical-based food to the organic-based food as a demonstration of what a lot of us know, but what industry doesn't want us to know.
Mhm.
So it's a good demonstration on the ground, and it deals with also the permaculture idea, but it's very complementary to the permaculture idea and organic gardening. And there's a lot of people who do that, and anything like that will support it. I mean, any kind of study like that, because you did a study. It's actually a study. It's actually on the ground study.
Yeah.
So if you can capture that some way, verbally, or in pictures, it would be cool.
Wow.
Because
For now-
even right now in Florida, we're getting poisoned by the big companies that are allowing runoff and stuff off of their farms. And it's a good example of when people take it into their own control. I think Bill has a great idea there.
Yeah, and so it just keeps on happening over and over again that these things do happen, the leaking tanks, the leaking this, the leaking that, and so on. And it's sort of like the shootings that occur over here all the time. There's a lot of moaning and groaning and praying and everything else, but at the end of the day, nothing done about it. And so the ability to do something about it to show that it can be done is really important. And then going back to Larry's opening, which I think you said caring ecology.
Ecology of care, yeah.
Ecology of care.
Mhm.
It's a decent demonstration of ecology of care.
Mhm. That's beautiful, Bill.
Actually, Emmanuel, can you tell them about how you got approved to be a teaching center for the poultry because of this?
Yes. We have when we started with the pigs. Now we are having the poultry. When we had the pigs, all the high school around which they teach about pig keeping, but the people have not seen even a pig. Then they come here, and then we let them know that the food that they are learning in the classroom or in the high school, it's not the food that we are doing here. We provide these pigs with local available food. That is, we give them like maize jam, and then we get some grass, special grass that we pick here, and then we provide them. And when we have the poultry, when the mortality rate was high, we had to change. First, we had to change with these chemicals that we give them to, like infect. They say it's infection, and then it's so what we did is just we took garlic, and this garlic we put it into water for like 2 days, and then in this mix of garlic water, we mix with water, and then we provide to the chicken. So this made the chicken digestive system to be very, very good. So these are learning institutions like high school and the colleges around. They come here and then they learn. So from the Ministry of Education, they said this is now not only a children's center, but it's a training center, because as you train farmers, as you train these other institutions, by giving them the idea of using local available resources to put poultry and also to put to keep pigs, then this is a learning center. So we were organized locally by the Ministry of Education as also a learning center, with the recommendations that the other learning institutions do come here. And because our doings are unique, because of how we use local available resources to provide food, and also to provide like medicine for the chicken. So other poultry farmers who had, we took also together 500 one-day chick. Unfortunately, they lost everything. All the chicks were died within the first month, and then the second month they had nothing. So they were asking, how was this? How did you manage? So we said, after we see this mortality rate, and we are providing everything that the poultry experts did on told us. So we said, we are now doing away with all this, what with these experts told us. We are going to do our own expertise with providing with garlic and changing with organic food. So they started, now they want us to train them on how they can do this. And that's why they recommend this as also a training center for that. So we may in future try to keep and add more chicken, so that many people they can learn, you know? Because there is no much formula like you go do this, but what we do is just learning by doing. It's just as we learn, we are doing what exactly we want to do. So we do this when we just ask them just come, and then we do together. And when we do together, go get all what is available to make this on your place or in your area, and do it as we have just done it.
Congratulations, good job.
Yes, amazing.
That's
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Picking up on Bill's statement, which I think is a great idea, maybe the school, some of the students could do this as a study. Instead of just learning from you, maybe they could help write it up.
Yeah. because we do most of what we do in our demonstration farm is learning by doing, and now we have started like collecting recipes to provide to make more food for the chicks, and also making pesticides in the organic farm, and also making fertilizer, organic fertilizer for the. So we have the recipe that we do. We have, but now we are getting the local available resources that we can find here locally to do what is we need to do to provide the food or the fertilizer or the pesticides. It's another thing that we have been doing and I wish to share is the 4 classroom building. By right, it should be done now, but we came to change the idea of the building of the classrooms because when the government engineers visited us, then they said the way you build your classrooms is very durable, and why don't you maybe, because right now if you do this and if you have resources, you can build another one on top of this if you will be able to make a flat roof. So we checked on the money for the roof with iron sheets, then it was less, and then what we needed for the flat roof was a little bit more. So with that, we shared with our some friends, and we got some money for making the flat roof. What we did also, we could have done it right now, but with the we had to take almost $3,000 to make the in-house wiring for the electricity. But right now, the building of the classroom we have now made all the metal on top, and we have finished. So next week, this week, meaning today is Sunday, the week like tomorrow, Monday, within this week, this week, we are going to make the flat roof, and we would be able to very easy continue with the other 4 classrooms on top. And right now, the children are on break. We have them during the day, and we have those who are sleeping here. But the normal learning will come maybe in May. So we have this time, and in the next like 1 month, the children will be able to use the 4 classrooms will be ready, and they will be able to use. It won't be completely finished, but they would be able to use because it will have the roof on top of that. So this is also one project that it is really creating a different phase or a different scene at the center because of its nature on how it is built, and it is bringing a very different nature in terms of the beauty and also in terms of the buildings. So we are very grateful, and I must say thank you so much for all friends who have been contributing towards supporting the center and to that, because it's through your support, through your love that we are here and where we have and where we are now, because we are together. So we must say this achievement, it's not only for the center, it's our achievement, all of us who have been meeting with these calls and whom we have been able to contribute towards that. We are changing and we are making visible change within this community. And I want to say thank you so much for that.
I would like to ask Emmanuel, where is this building standing? Can you describe it a little bit?
Yes, I can just show you. when you know this building where is the old building with timber walls.
The first one.
Yes, the first one, where it is facing, the doors are facing. The new building is right here. The gate, when you are coming from Marafa, coming inside, when you just enter, it is the first one to say hi to you. Yes,
That is
the
an
new
impact.
building.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so how much, we just sent a little bit more money, and and I told you how much money was coming. So what do we still need to raise to be able to finish off the building?
So right now, I think you sent 2,200.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to finish the flat roof, we need like 1,000, so that it will be 3,200, of which is approximately the money we used to do the in-house wiring. And
Out of that, I just want to make sure, out of that was the money to pay for the security light.
yeah, oh yes. So if that out of that is the amount to pay for security light, then we need like 2,000 then.
Okay.
Where is the
And
best, what's the best place to donate, Sage?
You can just send it through PayPal to the International Peace Group. I can put it in the chat.
Can you use something other than PayPal? I've had very bad experiences and I won't use them anymore.
You can send me a check.
Okay.
When I go on to donate, it offers me to do it with PayPal, or I can just do it on my debit card as a one-time. So I never do it with PayPal. I just do it on my debit card as a one-time donation each time.
Ah,
So you don't have to use PayPal.
Oh,
You
okay.
can do it the other way too.
All right. Can
On the
someone put
PayPal
the
platform.
link in the chat for me?
yes, yes.
Great, thank you.
Be great. Thanks for the question, Tom. And
Emmanuel, what is
Yes.
what's the news around the COVID situation in your region?
Yeah, that was the next report.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when it happened last year, people were very much had a lot of fear, and when everything was locked, there was like a trauma inside the people, and were depressed, and because of not moving, not so coming together with people. And this also, there was a lot of hunger because people could not move, and we were forced to share the food for the children here. But then we had an innovative idea of getting seeds of hope, or getting seeds for people to plant so that they can have food, and we did that. And we were able to make the community work, and how now, instead of, because they are no longer traveling, they have now concentrate working in their farms, and this was very helpful, and we had food. That's why right now, as we speak, there is a lockdowns and there is curfews in some counties.
Yes.
We cannot move to another county. If you want to go to Nairobi, it's not possible. Mombasa, you have to get permission. So with now, because already people had that experience, now people are getting back and now concentrating on the area. In Marafa town, we still had no COVID case.
Nice.
Even in Kilifi County, we have no COVID. We had some COVID case last time during the high, it was on the peak, I think we had some cases. But in our area, we have not had cases. And people now, like Sundays, people go to church and they maintain this 1 meter social distance, and then they continue. So right now, the situation with COVID is that we have a continuous curfew. The people should be indoors right from 9, and completely by 10. Nobody should be going out until in the morning, and no traveling. Like we can go to Malindi again, then come back, but we cannot travel outside our county. We cannot move outside the county. So this has been something that is a bit giving the economical status of the people have really gone down, but still people have some food from the last harvest because the rains were good, and now still people have some food. So that is the situation so far regarding the COVID.
Thank you. Mhm.
Larry just put in the International Peace Group link for the Mogherini Center.
I see it. Yeah, nice. Yes.
Yes, things are, you guys are, I was telling him when we were talking that the center is so abundant now. You didn't tell them how many pigs you have. You have to tell them how many pigs you have.
Right now we have almost 75, almost 100 now.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And we have almost 400 chickens.
Wow.
Amazing. Wow.
And we have like 15 goats.
That's
And we have 1 cow.
You say 15 goats?
Mhm.
15 goats?
Yeah,
Yes,
Are you using goat's milk?
not yet. We have the local goats, which are not, they don't provide much milk, but they provide meat.
It's great milk. Raised my kids on goat's milk,
Wow.
unpasteurized goat's milk.
us too. We have goats, and they also are like the pigs. We started out with 5, and now we have 12 in 1 year. Poof! They all have two each time they have babies. So it quadruples like quickly.
Emmanuel, I'm wondering if with that number of pigs, if you could produce biogas for cooking.
Wow, that's a great idea. I don't know how, but that's really good.
There's a
Because
lot of that going on in your region, like in Kenya and Tanzania, I know, and there are people who build these systems, and you just need enough manure to have that happen, and you get the biogas, and then you have the fertilizer afterwards. So it's a really great system for a farm like yours. And then you can do
Wow.
away with the firewood.
One
Yeah,
thing I
then-
wanted to mention for chickens is farming insect worms that people are starting to do in various parts of the world. So for example, people breed flies and then harvest maggots and feed them to chickens, which apparently is very sustainable.
Yes.
That is really interesting. Who would imagine breeding flies? And then
Oh, look it up, Sage. They're called
Wow.
soldier flies, and they're like incredibly resource efficient.
Oh,
Like
that's
something
Wow.
like 100 times more efficient than corn.
Wow.
Wow. And they must be incredibly cheap because you just use your worst things possible to feed them.
You just use food waste, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
food waste. Two fantastic opportunities.
There must be a special way of keeping them contained, though. We don't want breakout.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great idea. I'm just thinking on how we can do that because on all, if there's any formula, we can do that. And it seems very, very great. Last time that was last year, we took out, we used to take out all the manure out of the pig and put on out of outside like compost. And then when we dug out this, there was a lot of these white I don't know the name in English.
Maggots.
Maggots. And these was we had some chicken, local chickens that were here around, and they used to feed on that, and they were so big that after some time if the chick eat like 2 or 3 is already full. So I think that I don't know how the fly that Alex you are telling, but I agree with you. That's really, really, really good
Soldier
idea.
fly, he said. Soldier flies.
Soldier flies.
Yeah. And you're talking about worms in the manure, not maggots. Worms are long like this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, worms. Oh yeah, they love worms.
Yeah.
I imagine bringing all those animals around the children teaches some good empathy,
Yes.
because kids really get close to animals pretty fast. It's kind of a natural thing. And then
Yeah.
having to learn that it's going to feed them after is also a lesson in
Yeah.
life.
Yes. Yes. Like when we teach the children that okay, sometimes not sometimes when they eat meat, we say okay, we take care and we feed the pigs, and we provide them with food. Now sometimes the pig are sacrificing their own life so that they become food on our side, and we eat, and then our lives continues. So we should treat pigs with dignity and respect and love because of this mutual relationship of life giving and life taking.
Emmanuel, a couple of things. One is the idea of learning is really interesting. And if I heard you correctly, most of these children have never seen a pig when they first saw a pig.
Yeah, not our children here, those who come to learn on our site.
They come from the colleges, the universities, and the high schools.
What I'm saying is that the children initially weren't surrounded, didn't have pigs, or did they have pigs? Did they have a knowledge of it?
Yes, they did not have pigs. Yes.
They did not have pigs, so they didn't even know what a pig was.
Yes.
So the idea of even becoming familiar with the fact that a pig exists,
yes,
it was something new, and which is lost on most people because they see a pig and it's just a pig, But it would be interesting to see what the children thought when they saw a pig or a goat or anything that they've seen before. And so that's, before they even put a word on it, they see it.
Yeah.
And so it'd be interesting to sort of follow that through. The other thing is that back in the 70s, my wife and I put together an organic garden in the back of our house in Dallas, Texas. And we had a huge compost bin. And that compost was really, really cool because it actually allowed for a huge garden in our backyard. Plus, it allowed for the next door neighbor, a guy named Gordon Roberts and Alma Roberts, to actually have an adjoining garden. So we ate out of that garden for a long period of time. And this was really basically starting in 69, 70, and 71. And it's incredible what you can grow and how unbelievable it is. The taste of the vegetables, everything else is really, really quite something. So how big is your organic compost bin?
Our organic compost is not so, it's big now because of the manure we get from the pigs and all the other waste we collect within the center. It's about 4 or 5 meters
Mhm.
wide and 6 meters, no, 5 meters wide.
And how big is the garden?
The farm that we have as a demonstration farm and growing food for the children, it's 8 acres.
8 acres, okay. Right. Cool.
Can I ask, what's the status of the website?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, Elke.
I'm just looking, it's not there yet.
Not there yet. And Monroe had some medical issues going on and had surgery a couple of weeks back now, actually, for some knee replacement stuff. And so prior to that, he had significant pain. And so anyway, the website did not move for quite some time. And Emmanuel and I met with Monroe again last week, and it's moving again, and hopefully we'll be bringing that to a close soon.
Glad to hear, because there was some action at one point with collecting pictures.
Yeah, it sort of took a break prior to Monroe's surgery, and then for a couple of weeks after that as he was getting off the pain meds and so on. So we're all ready for that to move on. And you know, it's critical too to the fundraising piece, the solar proposal project that went into Simplify Power.
Ask also about the newsletter then, because usually in April we send out something, and I know Monroe was taking that over, I think, but I just want to check about where we're at with all of that.
With that, I've been working on the annual report that is done, and maybe I'll share this maybe after the meeting. And I'm also preparing the first newsletter for the 2021. And hopefully I will first send it to you, Ingrid, and send you some photos. So before we
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ingrid, I think what we discussed last year, it seems like a long time ago right now, but is that the newsletter was going to be moved into MailChimp or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's what Monroe was trying to do.
Exactly. That's why
somebody else has to write and bring the material, and then it just gets placed into there.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, he started in a MailChimp account. And Ingrid, I need to get a hold of you separate regarding the Facebook fundraising well page. I'd like to be able to change the name of that, so it's just fundraising, not tied to the well. So
Yeah, definitely.
we can
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
And Emmanuel, your pigs, I'm just wondering, they're not all inside the pig house, are they? Do they run around? Because you have so many pigs, I can't imagine. How do they fit?
Hey, I'm so sorry, everybody. I have to drop off. So I'm just saying goodbye.
Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank
Alex,
you,
for
Alex.
coming.
Thank you, Alex,
Fantastic
for
to see
coming.
you.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Bye, Manu.
Alex.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. The pigs are in the pig pen we built last 2 years ago, I think. But it was it had like different rooms. We have the breeders, and then we have the growers. So what we did, most of the pigs are not a stage of growing, because they gave birth like 4, maybe each one gave to 10 to 15. So that's why the number of pigs has really increased, because of the rate of birth. And now what we do is that they are inside, and we provide them with food And now that has been raining, and soon there'll be a lot of grass, then that will be the time we can at least give them time to go out.
Yeah, we have some farms around us and the pigs all run around on the farm and live outside of the house. And I was just thinking how fun you'll have loud pigs squeaking all over the place. when you-
Pigs are very smart. You can get them to do a lot of behaviors.
Yeah,
Get them trained. I'm an animal biologist, so I always like to train animals to help.
Wow.
It can work.
That's
I wonder, Emmanuel, you may have some reporting out too, but I'd love to offer an opportunity
Yeah, just
for
yeah.
Jessica too at some point here. So
yeah, I'm sure she has something to say.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone who is there. I say hi to everyone. I'm so grateful that we are here together with this meeting. I'm so happy. And may I report about the Mateluna project? I think the last time I talked to you that the place where we were doing this Mateluna, it was in the dome, and at the dome we could not continue with that project because it's now fully used by the girls and we cannot use it because last time we are doing the pads in the dormitory. But now the government does not allow us to do all the things there. So now we moved outside, as I reported last time. But now I just tried to find some trees, local available resources to build the house, a small house. So now it's almost done. Not yet, but I think like 2 weeks I will be done with it because now I've done the upside. It's still, we need to make the cement. So as we can do those, we bought all the materials, we have all the materials, we have the machines, but because those things need some place where it's very clean, not to be contaminated with any dusty. So we need to do that room very nicely so we can start that project. But now the house is, I think tomorrow maybe Emmanuel can photo it and then give it to you, my friend, and see it. Because the priority of building the 4 classrooms, I saw it, it is very hard we are asking for the help. And so now I just tried my best to make the small house for myself. Then later, maybe we can build the big one. But for now, that one is going on and I think I will finish it soon and I will start the project and maybe we can send you some photos.
So,
Yeah.
so how many sewing machines do you guys have that will go in there?
Now we have 4 machines.
4 machines. And do they have any potential for electricity or just simply foot pedal machines?
It's just manual.
Just manual, yeah.
We have manual, yeah, manual.
So once the girls use that, I've been trying to think about laundry and washing because now you have 100 girls living there and you've got all these pads that have to be washed. How do you guys do laundry?
For us, we just do with our hands, the local way how we wash our clothes. We just use the same way of washing.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we don't have the machines.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so resourceful that you went out and you got all the materials to build a house so you would have a place for the girls to make their pads. That's really beautiful. Thank you for doing that. That's really amazing that you pulled that off.
I think I think it was really urgent for that, and we're using local available resources to make a temporary place for you making the pads, because they were being out of the dormitory, and it was sunny and dry, yes, but now that is has started raining, then it's very much impossible to work on the rain. So she used some poles and fetos and making some wood and making a temporary a place for that. And we bought the iron sheets and we put on top. Now we have a roof and a shed that they can work in that.
So did you do a traditional house with mud and trees?
Yeah, now we are going to
Yeah,
use mud.
the trees.
We have
Yeah.
to use mud to cover on this, but we need to make like a cemented floor to avoid dust.
Yeah.
I just shared a link to a photo album that I posted recently. I'm working with a group in Naivasha at the moment, and they're building what they call a taka house.
Wow.
And they're using a frame, and then they're putting wire mesh on it, and they're filling the cavity, the inside of the mesh, with plastic bottles and fabrics and things like that to insulate a little bit. And then they're going to put mud on both sides. And they're doing it in such a way, they're creating a place underneath on the ground. This is an elevated building, so they're only using the top floor for rooms. And underneath, they're going to be setting up their laundry station or something like that. So it's not an issue with touching ground for the mud. And I've put that album there, and I'll be adding to that. And we're doing a long distance teaching with them at the same time about introducing natural building methods.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
you
Very
might look at that, and maybe you can find some inspiration for that, Jessica, how to do your walls.
Mm.
Thank you, Elke.
How's the farm going, Jessica?
The farm is nice. We are planting now.
And
We are
he
planting
talked.
corn.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Pardon? We are planting corn this time because the rain has started, but we have okra and muchicha, the pigweed, you know it? Last time when you came here, I cooked for you.
Yes.
Yeah, we call it pigweed because they like that one. If we open for them and they go to the farm, they will eat it all.
The pigweed.
Yeah, pigweed. It's mchicha.
Is that called machita? Machicha?
Mchicha, we call it mchicha. It's a very nice vegetable. I cooked for you.
Yes, yes, I remember.
Even Larry, you ate it.
Yes, yes. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah.
I know that Elke, you know it very well.
Yeah.
Mchicha.
The mchicha is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So I'm aware that, we've been on for an hour here and love to go a little longer, just sort of talking about the ecology of care piece and so on. But also, if I may sort of risk this piece, Jessica, you've been having some back pains. Is that correct? And you may go see the doctor here. And would it be okay if we all just took a moment of silence and sent some good healing energy your way and love? That'd be okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's just all drop into that for a moment. Thank you all for that.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for your prayers.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Now we look forward to hearing what you learn when you see the doctor.
Jessica, I know that that's what you guys planted, but when I keep seeing the pictures, it looks like you have other things that have been growing for a while on the farm. What's been growing alongside with what you planted?
We have bananas. We have sugar cane. I think last time when you came, did you see some of the sugar cane?
No, you didn't have sugar cane when we were there.
Oh, wow. Now we have a lot of sugar cane. LK also came. The time she came, we plant more fruit trees. We have pawpaws. Now we are eating banana, we are eating pawpaws.
Oh,
We are eating sugar cane. So we have a lot of, yeah, we are so happy. We have some fruit trees now.
That is the food forest we have been talking about.
Yeah.
And now we also have the peace gardens that has the medicine trees like moringa, aloe vera, and the
Moringa trees.
manga that is growing alongside. So apart from what has been happening in the growing in the farm, we have this food forest and we have these peaceful gardens. And most recently, we also started a tree nursery. We established a tree nursery. So we may not be buying our trees to plant, but we have them already at our nursery. So when the rains continue, we are planning to plant trees within the compound and within also our neighbors, so that we grow lots of trees in the area.
How exciting. Boy, the abundance on your farm has just exploded. It's so exciting. You have so many varieties of food. And
Yes.
wow, lunches must be so much more fun these days than just a scoop of grain, whatever it was. Now you have vegetables and meat and fruit.
You know, the place did not have water. It was dry all through, and there was nothing during dry season. But when we had the borehole at the center, then the borehole provide water, and through this water, life has really changed. Not only here within the children and at the center, but within the community too. For example, we had this time we had the longest drought until this time when we have rains, and there have been water problems because the government areas where they supply water, there was some breakdowns and they could not provide water. So the community, we used to walk like 30, 20 kilometers to get water in the previous years. Now, people are walking the same distances to come to a place to get water. They use piki, they use their head to come and get water at the center. So with this water, it has provided the life of crops to change the whole phase. When it's supposed to be dry, it's not dry, it's green. It provides the growth of these food that we have been mentioning, the food forest, the peace gardens, and the okra, and those. It is because of this water that we have had for the last 4 years. This has really changed the center to a life-giving area, because people used to come, they do come here every day, every morning, every afternoon, every evening to come and get water. So we were now trying to say, okay, we use the water for irrigation, But now we set aside like one tank, 10,000 liter tank separately, so that this can support the community to get water from here. And knowing that we had to walk all these distances, and realizing how these people have walked all that far just to come to get this water, it is very disappointing when they come and then they don't get water. So we really appreciate, and this has really been so helpful and so life-giving to, or not only to the center, but all to the community. And it's like last week, these previous days, I've been thinking about the water storage and the pump and the life of the water pump. It has been working for almost since we had the borehole. It has been working, and we only have these 20,000 liters or 3,000 liters water tank. And now I feel like when maybe something happened and then the water pump needs to be repaired, that means we, at those period where we do repair, we may not have any water. So we thought, okay, now it's time we think of a larger water storage, so that when we store the water in the tank, storage tank, then the machine can, the pump can have a rest, and then we can use it even for, they gave us a guarantee of 10 years, but we may use it even more for 20 or for more if we get it time for rest, getting time to rest and use that. So that is why we have, there has been change of much what is Dundas still growing within the farm. It is because of this water that we have.
I wish that Alex could have heard that part, because those of us who were part of that water project have seen the massive transformation on the farm. And I don't know about the rest of you on this call, but hearing that story, there are very few things in life that I feel like I took birth to make a difference, in the world. And all of us on this call, that's how we all operate. And that story of getting water and the whole community benefiting, every time I hear that story, it makes me want to cry. And that is the inspiration of the call, of these calls, being able to know that we're making such a massive difference for so many people in a whole community, for something that all of us on this call take for granted. Water. We just get water. There's no question. We always have water. But that story makes me feel like that is why I'm on the planet. And that is why I'm so dedicated to this project, and why I love you and Jess Carr so much, because I get to do my life purpose by knowing you and loving you and being a part of this project. And I'm so appreciative of the two of you. I think you two are walking angels. I don't know anybody with bigger hearts on the entire planet than the two of you. Thank you for being who you are.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Sage, for being part of us and part of the project. And together we are creating a difference. Thank you so much.
That's why I introduced you to Jay Nichols last time, because he is putting together another book for his Blue Mind.
Wow.
And I think your story should be in that book, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be great. Nishi, can you throw up his link on the chat?
Sure.
His
Facebook link or the Patreon?
Facebook.
Okay.
So they could see his book. And, so of course with Nishi and Jay Nichols that she's mentioning, he was on the call last week. But again, it's this piece of coming into wholeness through water is a portal or a window. And so it's a very beautiful call. If you haven't seen it, you can watch the replay.
I just want to thank you, Sage, for giving voice to something that I also resonate with so strongly, appreciation for Emmanuel and Jessica, and this joint effort we all make to make a difference. So thanks for voicing that. It's very special
Mhm.
to me too.
That's why I came back on with, I just wanted to say that the same thing, that Jessica and Emmanuel, the things they do just are amazing. And so that's why I wanted to talk to Jessica about taking care of her and the kitchen at home. It's because I know when I was there visiting that your back was bothering you then. And I remember us looking up exercises and things. So if you can figure out something to make a kitchen at your house, so that you're not squatting beside the house, because I can't imagine doing that. My back is finicky as well. So Jessica, if you can figure out something at home and resources you need for that, I would love to get you a kitchen where you're not squatting down, so you can save that back of yours.
Oh, yay.
Okay?
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Let's take
Thank
care of you,
you,
Jessica.
Lori.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for caring.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Yeah.
thank you for that, Lori. And I would mention to that, that Emmanuel and Jessica are in the process of building a new home. And if you've been there, you've seen, what they live in, which in my world, we would tend to call a mud hut. And, but they're not taking salaries, if you will. And this question of care and self-care that I sort of threw out in the email, what is this ecology of care? And where does caring come from? And if I think of any radical aspect of care, self-care is a really radical act. And I'm so struck, if people that haven't heard the story, Emmanuel, maybe you can share it again briefly here, but when there was no water, I appreciate your speaking to that earlier too, of what that was like, but how the children passed around and shared water, one, taking little sips of water, nobody taking more than they need. And I'm
You
so
see,
struck.
like
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
like what Sage was saying, she was thinking about the laundry, how the children are doing laundry. I think this time is even more comfortable for the children here because we have the water within around us here. But before, you can just imagine, you don't think about washing clothes, you don't think about washing your own body, you think of how are you going to quench the thirst that you have. And you had to travel to get the water, bring here. So you can just imagine the mug you are using, Larry, to drink water, maybe that one could be shared among 4 or 5, just a sip, another one a sip, another one a sip, until everyone had the sip. And if there is still more, then a second round of the same goes until that one, everyone is certified that there is no more water inside. So I have seen the children learning how to care and to care for water. And even now that we have water at the center, still the children, they don't want to see water like just running off, and they really got a lesson and they have learned how to protect and care, because they say, okay, we have water, but still we used to walk 20 kilometers to go and to come. Now people are walking the same to come here because we have the water. We need to protect, we need to care, we need to share. So now they can take bath, very good. And now they have water to wash their clothes. And this is very amazing. And mentioning the cloth, I remember I have forgotten something to report or to share with you, is that we got support, and we bought shoes and cloth for the children. We got them school uniform. Everyone got a uniform and got school shoes, very durable. And this brought a new joy and they were so happy, singing and rejoicing because of this drought, there was like a breakout of jiggers, not at the
Oh.
center, but outside the community, or not outside the center. So getting them shoes was the right moment for these children to have
Oh.
shoes.
Oh, yes, we remember the jigger outbreak. That was horrifying. Oh my God, you
Yes.
they got protected from the jiggers. I wait
Ye-
till I tell my friends that.
So it was really timely. It was like God knew that there is this outbreak and the children may need this and may want to have this. But before it spreads, they had the shoes, they had the school uniform, and I sent some short videos that they were
Yeah.
singing and
Yeah,
dancing, and
I
this
got
was
them.
really touching. So you can let our friends Alice and Alson that it was a good timing, and we are really grateful for their love and continued support that they did to the center and to the children too. And we are very happy for that. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. That's huge. I don't know, you guys, those of you who weren't here during the jigger outbreak, jiggers ate their feet, and they had sores and open sores all over their feet, and they were still walking, have to walk to school every single day with those sores on their feet. It was the most horrifying thing ever.
Yeah.
Wow, good news.
Wow. What a touching call today. So this piece, Emmanuel, you were speaking to of the children passing around the cup and sharing water. And those of you on the call, this group and the people that are gathering around Marguerite and what's happening with you and Jessica, or Emmanuel and Jessica, what you're creating there. You are passing around the cup. And I just want to hold that image and invite you to let that in. Because you're sharing from the waters of life that you're drinking.
Yes.
And what is it that takes that for people to feel that? And in this country, in this era of social injustice, where we're becoming more and more aware of that. And Tisha, you spoke earlier something about, when children can be exposed to animals, they can learn empathy in a different kind of way. And part of what the center represents, I believe, and that each of us are supporting and sharing, is this worldview, this deep personal experience of the empathetic response. And it's the willing to risk caring. And it's the willingness to risk caring when you know that the needs will never be fully fulfilled. There will always be more.
I have in my head, it just keeps running back and forth, is my cup runneth over with love. That song.
It's really beautiful, Tisha. Thank you.
So what I would like to ask everybody, somebody on so I have a group, we do salaries every month, but we have yet to be able to figure out how to so we need more people in the salary group. If you guys ever have any inspirations of somebody who wants to give on a monthly basis, it doesn't matter. We've got to get Emmanuel and Jessica a salary. So
And a kitchen.
it's not like a lot. It's just, we need another $100 a month for somebody to donate, a new donor. And, so please keep that open and in your hearts. We still need more monthly donors.
Sage, you might want to talk to Jay Nichols about how he got on Patreon and has an account there for his Blue Mind, because Patreon kind of helps push that in a nice way, in a way that people want to just give because of it. And
is what, I don't know what Patreon is.
It's a website that Jay's on that actually helps get donors his way for his Blue Mind work, the neuroscience of water. And
Oh,
it's a very subtle way of having a funding page. It's
oh,
people that
fantastic.
become followers of what you're doing, Emmanuel, and and like I can't do anything right now, so I gave Jay $1 a month. But if everybody gave $1 a month, you'd have enough easily for some projects, Emmanuel. So it's not trying to get people to give a lot, which always sends people back. It's anything you can give.
Yeah, my salary team goes anywhere from $10. I have a donor who gives $10 every single month. People give 20, they give 50, they give 100, they give 300. It's everything, but it all adds up to be able to cover most of the salaries, not all of them.
I think on that note, we don't have small money, all money accounts. $1, if you give us $1 every month, you are able to, with this $1 that makes it 100. It's 100 Kenya shilling. That means you can buy a book and a book and also a pencil so that the child can sit and have something to write on, just for $1. If you provide like $2 or $3, that means you provide a notebook and a pen and also a cup of tea during the morning time, or something that you can eat for almost 2 or 4 days with that. So if you give $5, that's 500 Kenya shilling, at least you can buy a short or a shirt or a place to sit. So this, we say here, we value anything that is brought to us. Like just recently, we received our first computer here at the center that was sent by DHL from Germany, and it was sent to us because we needed, and said, I don't have money, but I can send this. So we may say we just one computer, but for us it was something that made a very big difference, because we had no computers. Even the children have not seen some, but now we have one, and at least they get opportunity to see such. So we really value all support, and in kind, in material, in monetary status. So I don't know how to have a donation page, but I think the website that we have has a place one can donate anything that he feels or he feels good. And I think I want to appreciate, there is no big donor or small donor. We all support and we all come together because you provide the hope that there is, I can continue and there is hope in the future. So this hope is very important. And apart from the hope, you store the faith that I'm not going to be the same. I will change because I feel there is love within us. There is love that comes from friends. There is love that is within the soil. There is love that we bring. So all this kind of support is very, very important, because these three words, hope, faith, and love, is just what you are providing, dear friends. If you send $1, you send it with love. It's like you have sent all what you have, and we feel that. And we really want to use it for the purpose, for the care, so that you can feel the value you have made towards that dollar. So this is very something we treat with dignity and respect and love, because we feel the love, we feel the hope, and we feel the faith that you have had and developed with us. And this thing is very strong. And above all, the love that is within us and among us. I think is very, very virtual. And I want to say thank you so much for all of us who have been with us, who are part of us, and all those who are going to be part of us in the future. We are really, really appreciating this. Thank you so much.
Wow. Ingrid, in your newsletter, there's probably snippets of what he said.
Yeah,
that,
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah.
I just want to add, I'm happy to contribute $50 a month because I'm
Yes.
doing better financially now. I can afford that for Jessica
Awesome.
and Emmanuel's salary.
Yes, for Emmanuel's salary. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, thank you, Ingrid.
Beautiful, Ingrid.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, Ingrid.
My pleasure, out of love.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel
Yeah.
that.
I just like to jump in here real quickly and say, I can't remember if it was Larry or Tishy that was talking about drops of water making the ocean, but the ocean is in each drop of water. And when Emmanuel was speaking about the small donations, but everybody contributing, it's kind of like those drops of water. When you put them all together, it makes a lot.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Our love grows exponentially as we all come together, and the connection here is just amazing to me. I love it.
Marjorie, what you say really touches me. And I can give an example when the time we were really struggling here, like in the years of 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. And it was like a dry pot, and only a very hot pot, then a single drop of water just touches the ground, then it dries up. And then these drops started to add and started to add. Now we are talking of permanent buildings within the center. Before, we were only having dusty classrooms and muddy classrooms just on top. And this was it's just inspiring and giving even the love and the faith and the hope, making them even more stronger. And thank you for being part of this. And I would love to invite everyone who has been into these calls to come and see, not to just to see the words I've been sharing, or we have been sharing in these calls, to see them in reality in the ground. And I hope this will come soon. I hope borders will open. I hope this pandemic will diminish and give back the opportunity of feeling one another through visit. And this will be so, so much amazing. And also for the salary team, you don't know what you have created here during the pandemic, especially when it was very peak, everything was closed. And now here at the center, all the staff, we were here and working here in the farm, and salary continued. You see, you helped more than 100 families to sustain through these small salaries that we have been providing. And I think this was something very touching and also life sharing. You see, now all the staffs were able to get salary during the pandemic, and this salary did not only save their families, but also they created something within the community that they like sharing with all this. So I want to say thank you also for that amazing effort to all the salary team, the IPG One World with Barbara and Sage, Gary, and everyone who has been part of this contributing. Those who have been contributing through the Magarini website, that is also awesome. We have been receiving that, and thank you so much.
It's my life passion, honey.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, I have to jump off the call. I think, did we cover everything that we needed to cover before I get off?
I think, yeah, I think so, Sage, and maybe this is a good time to transition for all of us, but keep in mind too, that sharing these calls with people is one way to spread the word and just exposing people to the voice of
Yeah.
the spirit of Emmanuel and Jessica. So, if you're on Facebook and share these calls or however you can do that in your community, that's a great way to let more people know as well.
Oh, actually, that's a great idea, Larry. I never thought about sharing these calls on Facebook. Oh. I'm so not a tech person. That's a great idea. Okay.
Let's just take a moment though too and close where we started with, this letting something in, that you're walking away with a gift of inspiration here in some way.
Yeah.
And that there is a radiance of love that is spreading out. And what's happening at Margarini is an example of what can be happening in so many other places and is happening. And that we're all part of we may be raindrops, but we're all part of the ocean, as is Margarini. And the more we see it, the more we strengthen it.
We're hoping to have a lot of virtual ways to bring the ocean to children as part of the Global Ocean Network contribution. And I have friends right now up in Canada that are working with IMAX, and they actually go on live dives. And, and then ways to show that every pond, every river is a way that leads to the ocean. So, and that's what, pretty much gives us the oxygen. So those kind of stories have to keep flowing inland, so that we understand that inland is also part of the sea.
Yeah. Beautiful, Tishy.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that work, Tishy. Boy, do we need that work in the oceans. Thank
Can you
you.
remind me of your organization?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you. And
We are not launched yet. We're launching hopefully by this year.
Okay.
We're not going to be a nonprofit. We're going to be a profit business because we're going to be helping nonprofits, and we'll be providing science, technology, funding, and manpower to really good working nonprofits to get to solutions faster, a network. So
Wow.
Awesome.
kind of a consulting platform that stops the gap and brings collaboration. So
That's it. Perfect. Thank you. What's the name of that website I'm supposed to go on to again, my brain?
Patreon. And
Okay,
if you want any coaching on it, I put Dr. Nichols tag in there too. And
great.
He knows how to just glide through Patreon.
Awesome.
That's great. Thank you. We need all the ways of obviously collecting money here and gathering the resources that we can. And that's a great idea. So I can stay on a few more minutes if other people want to do that in any way, but if you're jumping off stage, I'm sure other folks probably will as well. And so let's, great to have everyone on.
Yes, thank you all. This has been a beautiful morning.
Thank you.
Good to see everyone.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Kind of almost touch you.
Yeah. Ingrid,
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Paige,
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Everyone,
you.
take care.
Tom, yeah.
Larry, I put a chat to you.
You saw the transcript piece, was that? did you
Yes.
see that?
Are you aware of that?
I'm not sure. Is that?
You have to set it up in your settings. Go into the
Okay.
Zoom help and it'll tell you how to do it. I did that a few days ago, and it makes a lot of nonsense, but it also makes it helps you grab the pieces of conversation. And during the call, it plays it, it shows everybody. It's like a live capture.
Yeah, I see a live transcript option, but
Yeah, you just click on that when you're recording, and then you're getting a text file afterwards.
that would be great to capture those. I've wondered how to do that, and that would be wonderful. Thank you, Elke.
Yeah, it's an excellent way to do it.
Yes,
You
sir.
can actually, if you can somehow edit that onto the image and have that running again. I didn't manage to figure that one out.
Yeah, okay, cool. So much to continue learning.
It never ends.
Yeah,
Well, they say as long as we keep learning, it's good for our brain health. So we're all learning more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so wonderful to see the lights on over there.
Yeah.
Emmanuel and Jessica.
Yeah.
It was only a while ago that you had to go all the way to the coffee shop or and trek just to talk to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that's
And now-
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to come back again to Kenya soon. I don't know how that's going to work out with all the restrictions that are going on, but when I come, I'll definitely come and see you.
Thank you
hope
so
that
much. Our
I
hearts
will
are open, and I hope the borders will be open too.
Yeah.
Because though you are very far miles away, you are always in our hearts. And thank you so much. You can come as soon as tomorrow, if today is late.
What are you doing tomorrow? Okay. Yeah.
Well, everybody stay well, and I'm going to sign out.
Nice to see you.
It's really nice
Okay,
to connect.
thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Larry, for organizing.
Yeah, thank you, Elke. Great to see you.
Mhm.
No, yeah, wonderful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. I'm gonna check out too.
Okay.
It's nice to
Jesse,
see you,
great
and
to
I'm so
see you.
happy.
And
Thank
Jesse,
you, Larry.
stay
So great having you on the
oxygenated.
calls. Thank you, Marjorie.
Yeah, I'm working on that, Margie. I'm gonna go oxygenate myself in the neighborhood.
Good.
I'm having more good days than bad days on this little poisoning that I went through. So
Okay, that's
Mm.
great.
thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Okay, I love you guys.
Love you too, Teshi. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We are
Thank
now
you so
four.
much. The nice thing, Jessica, because you're able to be at the center again, it was nice to have
Yeah.
Emmanuel travel to connect with us, but now we get to see you and your beautiful face. Wonderful to
Right,
have you
because
with
I
us too.
couldn't travel with, I could travel with Emmanuel.
I understand.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry, for doing this. I so appreciate.
Because always he was going to Malindi. We are comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you planning to go to Malindi tomorrow then? Jessica, is that the plan to see the doctor?
Yes,
Okay,
I need to see the doctor.
yeah,
Mm.
well.
Thank you so much for your care and support. Thank
You're-
you.
You're so
God
welcome.
bless you.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Well, big love to all of you. And we'll be in touch soon, of course, and talking and looking to hear what you learned, Jessica.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Let us know if you need anything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Are you able to save the chat?
I don't, yes, I'll save the chat and I can send you the chat pieces, links for the link.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, we can do that. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marjorie.
Yes.
And
always.
so I'm so happy that
I might not be there in body. I'd be there in a heartbeat if I can.
we feel you.
I am
We
with
feel
you
you,
in
man.
spirit.
We feel you. We feel your love. We feel you. Sometimes you walk alongside with us, though we know that your heart, your love is with us. So we know we are connected. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Goodbye for now.
Bye for now. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
Good night.
All right.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.